Hey folks, welcome back to the Portable Gamer. Welcome back to American Truck Simulator. Welcome to Eureka, California. Is that right? I think it is. Yeah. We went ahead and deadheaded up here from Ukiah, and I did a few things off camera. I did put the mirrors on. I talked about putting some mirrors on the front of the 389. I also remembered to take the. I had a heads-up display in the corner that was. We had 3 GPS going at the same time. We don't need that. Right. And I also, I hope, I found a job that's going to have air hoses. And if it doesn't, I don't know. I'll come up with something. Right. So, let's get this going. Do it in cab. For the moment, I have face tracking off. It's a handful today, and as silly as this sounds, I don't feel like sitting as still as I need to sit. To make face tracking work. I think I said that right. And I guess the mirrors are different too in 131. They're more accurate. Right. Set the brake. We really want these air hoses. Come on. One time, baby. Wow. Whew. We got the air hoses, finally. Oh. It's the little things. Right. Now, here's the next thing. It's getting to be evening. How long do we have to deliver this job? 24 hours. We have to sleep in 10 hours. But it's going to get dark in a few hours. So let's do this. Let's start heading down the coast, and as soon as it gets dark, it's going to take 9 hours to deliver this job. As soon as it gets dark, we'll sleep. We won't drive at night. Okay, the episode is starting better than many recently. We got the truck backed in and hooked up in one swing. We got our airlines. So we'll drive till it gets dark, pull in and sleep, and then get up and finish the job tomorrow in daylight. Hey folks, how's it going? It's a Monday, bright and early on a Monday morning. My insomnia is terrible. I fell asleep at 4 a.m. and was up at 6:30. So that's good for you. That's good for the old brain. So we'll see how that goes. What else is going on? I guess they'll post in order. So by the time this one that I'm posting that I'm recording right now, by the time this posts, I will have also posted I know I'm a little to the right, so I can clear this trailer when I pull it out here. Oh God. Oh. Now I miss head tracking. Also, no trailer damage. Right. That's a fantastic start to our trip right there. Pull out in front of a car. Lovely. What the hell was I talking about? Oh, by the time this ATS video gets posted, I will have already posted a farm video, and I reviewed it before I put it up, and it is an absolute rant, like full-blown, foaming at the mouth, out of my mind ranting about cattle and crops, and I'm done. I'm officially over cattle and crops. I've given it a year. I've tried to love it. I've tried to like it. I've tried to make it work. I give up. Can't do it. Can't do it no more. So yeah, I'm done with cattle and crops. And if you like ranting, check out that Farming Simulator 2017 video from yesterday, I guess. So that's one thing. What else is going on? Golly, this is a where are we going here? This way, right. This is a decent looking render today. I'm pleased with this. But I'm so irked about pulling out in front of that car. Because there's nothing I can do to make that okay. Like, that's how we started the episode. We started wrong, I tell you, and that just sucks. I don't like it when things aren't perfect, or at least as perfect as I can make them. And that was, we were in the middle of nowhere. We're in Eureka, California, coming off a little dirt road at a depot, and I just assumed there wouldn't be any traffic, and of course there was. And I'm not worried about the fine. We got plenty of money for fines. We didn't take any damage. It's just a bad look, you know. I'm supposed to be better than that. Like, my whole thing is I want to drive as realistically as possible. Well, realistically, I wouldn't pull out into traffic. And I got lazy and I did. And that's a bunch of BS is what that is. Let's look at these airlines again. Oh, I'm so happy when I see those. Look at them. Just look at them. And I guess there's other ones back there, but we can't see those. Right. Time to drive. So what else is going on? That's it, man. That's it. It's early here. Had my protein bar and my coffee, and I left my vape. Oh, this is a tricky one. Left my vape on the other side of the room, but we are sitting at a red light. But my headset is cordless, but it is way over there. Oh, I'll tell you what, when we pull into sleep, I might go grab my vape. I just might. And I'm trying to think anything else. I don't make a list or anything. I've got no talking points. I got nothing, man. I just sit down and straight off the top of my head like a crazy person. Free association, baby. That's me. What else? Oh, I'm seeing a ton of content and fixes coming out for the 1.31 open beta on ETS2. But I went and I confirmed this. I mean, I already sort of knew it, but I went ahead and confirmed it. Went to the ProMod site, and they said essentially, yes, we're not making any promises about 2.27, ProMod's 2.27. We're not making any promises until 1.31 is official, because when it's in beta, it's not official. It's just, you know, it's like a thing, but it's not a thing. So I guess their deal is when it's for real, then we'll start working on. I know they're working on 2.27 now, but you know what I mean. When I fired up Steam this morning to open up American Truck Sim, I saw a bunch of things in the workshop update. So I'm hoping that some of the trailer packs that I have and some other things are updating for 1.31, which is so awesome about Steam. I love that. When you get a ton of mods, it just becomes such a handful to keep them all updated. Now, on the farm sim side, there is a site, the Giants Mod Hub, where it doesn't automatically update, but there is a feature where you can go through there in the game. You can go through and see which mods you have need updating, and that's good stuff. It's good stuff. This is a little twisty road we need to take out of Eureka, by the way. That's good stuff. The problem is, here's your problem. The problem is that there are a lot of good mods that are not on the Giants Mod Hub, and there's private mods, and there's things like, I mean, there's a ton of shady mod sites, you know that, but there's a lot of good mods that aren't on the Mod Hub, and they're well maintained, they're legit mods, they're not stolen. You can work in directly with the mod maker and you know, see the progress and see the development. They have good support on like WordPress blogs and Facebook pages, and it's 100% legit. It's just not through the mod hub for one reason or another, and you have to do all those manually. And when you have, like I have, over 600 mods in Farm Simulator 2017, it can be a handful. Now, one thing that's nice is a lot of those mods don't need much maintenance. So it's kind of a set it and forget it. You don't need to update all 600 of them. I'd say there's probably 30 or 40 that need updating, and then you get into things like GitHub, and there are some mods that they do have official releases through Giants, but then they have unofficial updates on GitHub, and the way it's set up is if you don't know how to download from GitHub and then convert what you download into a usable package, let's call it. The mod itself is done and usable. It just needs to be archived a certain way. It needs to be compressed a certain way to be usable. I know I'm looking for a place to sleep. First one we see, we're pulling in. It needs to be archived a certain way and compressed to be seen as a mod by Farming Simulator. So they don't really tell you how to do that. You need to sort of know, which is quick enough to look up on Google. It's not, we're not trying to win a Fields medal or anything. It's easy enough. But it's not a prepackaged mod that you just drop into your mod folder and call it good. There needs to be a little bit of intervention. So doing all that stuff, it just takes time. And a while back when the only sim that I was really into was Farm Sim, and I didn't have that many mods to begin with, it was less to keep track of. But having as many sims going now as I do, and I got about a half dozen going, it can be a handful. I need to be kind of selective with my time. I can't just sit here all day chasing mods. I mean, anybody could easily, no joke, like spend their day just chasing mods and keeping mods sorted out. But I gotta have a life too. Oh, I feel like this turn down here will take me to a place to sleep. Yep. But I also feel like it could take me to a little town, and then we end up going down the coast through Santa Cruz. Alright, potentially a disaster, but I'm going for it. Hey, oh, shit. No, I'm not. No, I am definitely not going for it. Well played, sir. Well, at least we're not driving at night. Once again, I apologize. Man, it gets dark quick up here. Right. Okay, well, what do you think? Turn in here and backtrack? It's only a mile or so. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Because who knows where the next one is. I'm doing everything I can to not drive at night, and I'm doing it for you. For you. Had to be a car there. Come on. I feel like it's extra dark up here now too. Is it extra dark? Is that just me? And I feel like this is going to be like super scenic ocean overlook. Maybe. Maybe. Or not. Right. This is kind of a jackass move, but I'm going to stop right here because I don't want to get all. Oh, that's pretty. Oh yeah, that's nice. Oh yeah, yeah, love it. Right, let's get some sleep. Get some rest. Beautiful. Look at us, not driving in the dark. So, lights on, wipers on, brake off. Man, we are making money. So we've got 7 hours to make this delivery. Or we've got 7.5 hours till the delivery's done, and it's due within 10 hours. So I think we're going to be okay there. Now, when I get over here, I'm going to stick my head all the way out the window. All the way. And I'm not going to pull out in front of traffic. Right. You know, I do these long Project Cars 2 races. Right? 50-minute endurance races, day, night, day, the whole deal. I want to get pit stops involved, but as it is right now, like this one that I did yesterday, I think I eventually did get up to first place, just a couple laps from the end, and I ended up winning by 8 seconds or something. If I pitted, I would not have won. And the way the time compression works is it's a 50-minute race, but I'm running on 25x time compression, so it's meant to represent a full 24-hour race. You can visualize that. So I really want there to be pit stops, but there aren't any. Come on. We're running out of gears going up this hill. Come on. There you go. So, the 50 minutes long, and like yesterday, as I was doing this on the last lap, that's better. On the last lap, I got sideways on a couple turns, put the car off. Now, I would love to just delete that video and start again so nobody ever sees it. And there's 2 reasons I don't do that. On the racing vids, I don't do it because those hour races are grueling. It sounds stupid to say. Oh, come on, Chief, it's just a video game. What, are you getting tired? Are you getting winded? No, man. It's just emotionally draining. There's no other way to say it. To focus on turning perfect 2-minute laps for 50 minutes. That's crazy. That's some concentration, man. I feel like I'm taking the SATs. But on something like this, I mean, I had only started, and I had a save game. So when we pulled out in front of that car and got whacked, it would only have taken a minute to start again. But for that, there's a part of me that feels like, no, that's not our deal. I told you I'd leave the fail in. And there's times when I feel like, not to punish myself, not like a crazy person, but, you know, to keep myself accountable, right? Like, I did something dumb, and it bit me right in the ass. Don't pull out without looking. Well, I pulled out without looking, and I, you know, driving like a Grom. So I leave it in there, and I don't have any traffic right now, but if I did, I know I'd be getting a ton of ball busting in the comments, like, you stupid ass, why'd you pull out in front of that car? And I guess for me, that's a good way to stay accountable. Also, when we pulled into sleep, I forgot to grab my vape. I think I can make it. I'm not like a hardcore vape addict. It just goes with gaming. Right. What else is going on? Not really anything. The week hasn't started yet, though, so it's nigh impossible for anything to be going on yet. It'll get cranked up, though. It always does. Right. So I'm going to knock this out, and I've got I've got 2 videos done that I just need to put into post, which takes a while, and I typically do that as I'm leaving my hotel room. I'll put those into post so it's not, so it's sort of doing that, because it can do that on its own without any intervention from me. I wait till I'm all done doing everything else that I need to do, and then put videos into upload so it can do it on its own, and we're not interfering with each other, I guess is a good way to say it. So I'll get those going. I'm going to record this ATS vid. I want to do an ETS vid. I want to do a train vid. And that means over the next 36 hours I'll be able to post about 5 videos. And keep working toward 100. And we're going to, like I said, do a reevaluation at 100. We're going to compare video number 1 with video 100. And just see what kind of progress there's been in all ways. The quality of the video itself, the quality of the gameplay, the quality of my presentation, everything. And use that to sort of determine the direction of the next 100 videos. And then when we get to video 200, which should be in a month or so, 2 months from now maybe, then we will evaluate again, and that will ideally determine the direction the channel takes for the foreseeable future. Although I'm always open to calling an audible. Big fan of the audible. You know, I'm reluctant to admit it, but I feel like the AI is better. I have to say. Well, there is, we're inland now. We're on the 101. So the 1 goes down the coast, the 101 goes down inland from the coast, and we should connect with 5 up here. And I'm not telling you this as a American Truck Sim player. I'm telling you this as a resident of Northern California. We should get on the 5 here pretty soon, and that'll take us straight into Fresno. We're very near to Fresno, and we might need to jump on the, what, the 87? How's that for a confident answer? 87? Yeah. So, yeah, man. Living the dream. Living the dang old dream. I don't know if I want to pass or not. Well, I mean, I do. I always want to pass. Let's just do it. Feels like we're, well, it looks like we're going downhill. Feels like we're going uphill. Dang old truck won't accelerate. Come on, man. There we go. There we go. So I just looked. We've got about 400 miles in the tank, and we've got 250 miles to go till we get our delivery done. So we're not going to need to get fuel to finish the delivery, but we will need to get fuel soon. But I can do that off camera. Still haven't picked out a flight sim. I'm looking, man. I'm looking. I can't find one that works. I know Rise of Flight and Sturmovik, you know, I tested, and I am testing both of those, and it's like they're almost too realistic. I don't know if it would make for good gameplay. I've found one. Doesn't mean there's only one. I just mean I've only found one person playing World War I and World War II combat flight sims super realistically. And they're playing the way I would like to play. First off, they're a lot better at the sim than I am. Man, I couldn't even hope to fly that well. But their videos are also, to me, they're amazing. But you know, watching them with trying to watch them with a critical eye, I can understand that they are made for a pretty narrow audience. And I think when I put those two things together, like, yes, it is a narrow audience that wants to see videos that are that realistic, and then on top of that, the fact that I don't fly nearly that well. And I put all that together, and I don't think, I'm trying to say this properly. If it takes videos that are made as well as that person makes them, the quality of the video and the quality of the gameplay, if they do it that well and that's their audience, I don't want to say that's all the views that they can get. I sound like I'm being kind of rude when I say it like that. But if that's the quality of work that you need to do to get, come on, just trying to turn my wipers off, there you go. If that's the quality of work that you need to do to be able to have as many views as they have, I ain't there yet. So what I'm saying is my videos would not be nearly as good. They would, in theory, have even less views. So to me at that point, I guess I'm saying it still needs a lot of work. So I'm not ready to put that type of flight sim vid up yet. And I guess the two directions that points me in is, one, obviously, is to keep working at Rise of Flight and IO2 Stromovic. Keep working at those to continue improving my flight sim game. But also keep my eye open for another flight sim that would be the same quality or better, and one that may lend itself to YouTube videos a little better than either of those. Although something like this, like American Truck Sim, right? So what are you doing? Well, you know, just driving the truck. Does anything happen? No. Is anybody shooting at you? No. Do you steal anything? Do you beat up a hooker? No. None of those things happen. You just drive a truck. No zombies. And I guess those flight sims are the same way, right? Like, uh-oh. Oh, that was so greasy. I guess those flight sims are the same way, right? That, you know, we take off, we fly to a target, we attack it, whether it's a ground target or a dogfight or escort, or go after some bombers or whatever the mission might be. We fly there and we attack. Maybe we're successful, maybe we're not, and then we try to get home and we might be all shot up, whatever. I've talked about this before. How is that any different than driving a truck for an hour and just, you know, driving a truck? So we'll see. Like I said, 100th video, 100th episode, we're gonna do some review and evaluation, get some direction for the next 100, and then we'll evaluate again. I imagine I'm going to keep doing this regardless of how much traffic I get. Jeezy Pete's. So many things happening right now. Whew, that was exciting. Right. No traffic here. No traffic here. I gotta remember I got this little double puff set on the back there. Alright. So yeah, man, I'm digging it. And I do still game for, how do I want to say this, for myself, I guess. I do still game without recording, but there are a lot of sims now that I'm just kind of used to talking to all of you while I'm on that sim. So yeah, I'm digging this. I think I'm going to keep doing it. And while I'm doing it, I'm going to continue exploring why I'm doing it, because for me that's half the fun. Is I wouldn't say this is like a total harebrained idea. I'm looking at the top of that air cleaner, and I think we have two things going on there. One is shadow, and the other is reflection. And that is, God, moment. That is terrible. Right. VSync off. 300% scaling. Anti-aliasing off. Everything else is high. Mirror quality and mirror resolution are medium. Isotropic filtering. NVIDIA wants me to keep my anti-aliasing off. I believe it's doing some of that through the card. And looking at that, that is reflection and shadow, and both of those are high, are they not? I think it's just a combination of a reflected shadow. Is that what I'm seeing? I don't know what I'm seeing. It is awful. I can't stop looking at it now, and it's just bugging me. What was I talking about again? All right. Why I'm doing this. I wouldn't say it was a total harebrained idea. Like, hey, let's make a YouTube video. I did put some thought and research into it. But I'm not even joking. I'm continuing to explore why I'm even doing this. And I don't have a definitive answer yet. I just know it's fun and it feels right, man. It feels like a thing I want to do. So I'm going to do it. Right. Getting back on a freeway over here. So if that was the 80, then that makes this the 5. Is this the 5? Because we took that turn wide, we missed the sign. This has to be the 5. What else could it be? It's not the 10, is it? No, it can't be the 10. Alright, what's your sign say? 93. I don't feel like looking at the map. Oh. Well, we got our airlines, and I'm really looking forward to seeing the same thing in ETS, but I need to just resign myself to the fact that it's going to be probably, realistically, a few months before we do that. Because what I'll need to do is, well, first thing is I'll wait till 1.31 is official for ETS2. And then I'm going to buy ETS2 and all my DLC on Steam, but I'm not going to install it. Then I'm going to go to the workshop and duplicate as many of my mods as I can find in the workshop. I'm going to subscribe to all of them on the workshop. Still haven't downloaded the game yet. Then I'm going to wait for Pro Mods 2.27 to come out and download that, and then I'm going to track down 1.31 compatible versions of all my mods that I'm running that I can't find in the Steam Workshop. And once I have all that in a folder, all that ready to go, then I will pull the trigger, install the game, get rid of my DVD copy, and call it good. But I think we're at least a couple months out from that. And in the meantime, man, I could stay busy. I could stay busy just with Train Sim World. That game, it doesn't look like, and it's on me. This is a perception. I'm not saying you feel this way, but when I first saw CSX, I thought, so you drive a train, whatever. And I like train sims, but I still saw it like, this really, it's not enough there. And then it sort of filled out into Train Sim World, and we got some DLC going. And I thought, okay, yeah, that's adequate. That's all right. But the more I play it, it's really, to my eye, it's really well designed. It's comprehensive and involving, like it pulls you in. It's immersive, but in a super low-key way. So there's plenty there to keep me engaged. That's the word I was looking for. Engaging. There's plenty just in Train Sim World to keep me engaged. I think we're also going to start seeing some content for Farm Simulator 2019 starting probably in the next couple of months. And Project Cars 2, I feel like I sort of cracked the code there. I got Project Cars 2 and Assetto Corsa just about the same time last fall. It's spring of 2018 right now, so I got both of them last fall. And Assetto Corsa, I'll be real with you, as we sit here in April of 2018, I still cannot be competitive in Assetto Corsa. No matter how far down I dial the AI, I just cannot be competitive. I don't know if it's setup. I don't know if it's the way I drive. I don't know if the sim is just so realistic that it punishes you if you're not driving as you would need to drive a real car. And there are, I will admit, I've driven sports cars for years. I came up in vintage sports cars. So I do definitely know how to drive correctly, to drive sports cars and high performance cars, and I've driven a couple race cars, sports cars. Race cars, not like Formula One cars or anything, but I would like to think of myself as an adequate driver. But I don't know if Assetto Corsa demands that you drive like an expert driver, and anything less than that, you just can't be competitive. But I cannot be competitive in Assetto Corsa, no matter how far back I dial the AI, to the point where it's really not even fun. No class, no category can I even remotely be competitive. On Project Cars, I don't know if I'm getting the setup dialed. I don't know if the AI is programmed differently, or perhaps the game is just easier. I don't know. It took me a while, but now I can have a good, challenging race with an uncertain outcome if I set the AI, if I set their skill and their aggression to approximately 25 and 25. I can have a good, challenging race. No guarantees. You still need to do everything just right. Well, maybe not just right. I think it can be a little forgiving. I was just thinking in that race from Snetterton from yesterday, we did go wide on a couple turns, and I think we went wide and looped the car once. Got completely backwards. Didn't hit anything, but we looped the car, and we were still able to win. So in that way, maybe it's a little extra forgiving. But that being the case, I can crank the skill and aggression of the AI up even higher. But my point is that I can have a good race, have a challenging race, but there's still a possibility of winning. The two things that I don't want are to be in a race where it is guaranteed that I will finish in last place no matter what I do. That's no fun. And the other thing that's no fun is knowing that I will win no matter what I do. For me, that's no fun either. I like an uncertain outcome that is the outcome and the success of my day is determined by how well I play. And I feel like I can get that with Project Cars. That being said, since I've sort of cracked the code there, it's made it a lot more fun, and because it's more fun now, I'm playing it a lot more. So it's okay if we need to wait just a minute for ETS2 1.31 to be available. Now, in the meantime, obviously, we still have... Really? I just absolutely bookended this trip with dumb. No trailer damage, but I hit a car leaving the depot, and I just hit a car pulling into this depot. So frustrating. So frustrating. What was I saying? What's his name again? Project Cars. ETS2. We've got enough going on that we're covered till ETS2 1.31 is available, and in the meantime we still have ETS2 1.30, so it's not like we can't play the game till the official patch is out. So you get what I'm saying. We're gonna be all right. We got plenty to do. Plus, there's all the things that could happen between now and then. I'm sure if I went and looked around, there are some good transportation sims expected over the next few months. So, there's always something going on in video game world. Right, where's my turn? We've been to Fresno before. We had to have been to Fresno because it's already discovered. Yeah, we've been here. Okay, so our goal is to get into the depot. The depot. Get parked, not hit anything, and not have to skip the delivery. Let's take a look at our truck before we get what we're going. Oh, airlines, look at that. Man, I'm so content right now. I'm so happy. Right, here we go. This is where we're going, Walbert. So I'm going to go over here. Over here. Kind of missing head tracking right now. Oh, come on. Don't scrape the fence. I have a bad habit of doing that. Don't hit the light pole. Done that too. Come on, baby. Come on. Do it for Daddy one time. Right. Okay. Nope. One too far. There we go. Turn that off. Let's see how we did. Fantastic. 26 grand. Got some points. Got a bunch of points. Yay us. Right on. Folks, thanks for stopping back to join the Portable Gamer. Thanks for joining us for another episode of American Truck Simulator. And we'll see you next time. Take care now.